Managing a social media community isn't just about replying, it's about the people on the other side of the screen. Every comment, direct message, and conversation is an opportunity to build relationships, create loyalty, and turn casual followers into true advocates. Behind every username is a real human with questions, opinions, emotions, and a reason that they choose to interact with your brand. Hey, I'm Connie, the social media coordinator here at Sendible, and in this video I'm going to explain community management and why it matters more than ever. I'll also share practical tips for daily, monthly and quarterly tasks to help you stay on top of your game. Plus, we've created a free downloadable community management checklist to help you track everything step by step. The link is in the description. So firstly, community management is all about nurturing your audience online. It's about more than responding to comments. It's about creating meaningful interactions, building conversations, and helping your community feel seen and heard. Think of it as a bridge between your brand and the people who care about it. Good community management involves engaging with comments, direct messages, and monitoring relevant conversations and interacting across those platforms, starting discussions that encourage interaction and addressing concerns quickly and empathetically. The role of a community manager is becoming more and more vital. With changes in algorithms, rising expectations around response times, and the growing presence of AI in social media, having someone who actively manages your community can mean the difference between a static following and a thriving loyal audience. Now, engaged communities don't just consume content, they create value. They provide feedback, amplify your brand, and can even become advocates and help spread your message organically. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn reward that engagement, meaning that brands that actively converse with their audience are more likely to appear in feeds and be discovered by new followers. Community management also helps with reputation and trust. When issues like negative comments or customer complaints come up, a proactive, empathetic response can turn potential problems into opportunities to showcase your brand values. And finally, good community management helps your content stay relevant. By listening to your audience and observing trends, you can create content that resonates rather than just posting blindly without considering what your audience want to see. In this next part, I'm going to list some of the key daily tasks that you need to complete as a community manager. These are the actions that keep your community alive and make your audience feel valued. So here's what a strong daily routine looks like. Engage with comments on your posts across all social platforms. Respond promptly and personally to DMs. Address any customer inquiries, complaints, or questions with empathy and clarity. Start conversations and discussions with community members. Repost user-generated content to stories. Showcase your community, monitor brand mentions and trends in your niche to stay informed, and finally, collaborate with other team members to share insights from these interactions. These daily interactions may seem small, but over time they build trust, loyalty, and a sense of belonging. Now let's move on to monthly tasks. These give you the space to step back and analyse your work. This is where you review what's working and adjust strategies for continuous growth. Once a month, you should review your community engagement metrics and identify areas for improvement. Analyse feedback, comments and messages, and then share insights with your wider team. Plan and schedule events, Q&A sessions, webinars to engage your community. Collaborate with marketing and content teams to align messages and campaigns. Recognize top contributors and active members to encourage continued engagement. And finally, evaluate the impact of influencer collaborations or campaigns on community growth. Regular monthly reviews allow you to make informed, data-driven decisions whilst keeping your community engaged. Then we have quarterly tasks, which are about strategy refinement. Communities evolve, and taking time every few months to accept and adapt ensures long-term success. Every quarter, you should be conducting a full audit of community relevance and engagement. Gather and analyse data from social analytics, surveys, and feedback forms. Assess trends in engagement and identify areas for improvement. Review community goals and adjust objectives for the next quarter. Plan larger events, contests, or collaborations with influencers. Update community guidelines or codes of conduct as needed. And finally, document findings and strategies for accountability and ongoing improvement. This level of planning is going to ensure your community isn't just surviving, but it's thriving. By identifying trends, understanding audience needs, and adjusting your approach, you can make every interaction count. Finally, once a year, you should take some time to reflect on your community's growth, set ambitious goals, and plan for the next 12 months. You should perform a year-end review of community growth and accomplishments, allocate budgets for events, rewards, or campaigns, explore new platforms or channels to expand your reach, plan major community initiatives or loyalty programs, revisit crisis management strategies and policies, and then this is also a great time to think about your long-term vision. What kind of relationships do you want to create, and how can your brand continue to add value in a meaningful way? Now, even with daily, monthly, quarterly, yearly tasks, there are still some things that you should keep in mind to help you manage a social media community more effectively. These aren't tied to a specific platform, these are the things that you can apply anywhere. First, respond quickly but thoughtfully. Fast responses show your community that you care, but make sure they're genuine. Adding a personal touch is going to make all the difference. Listen more than you speak. Monitor conversations, read comments, and pay attention to the recurring questions or concerns. Your community is going to tell you what they value the most. Encourage participation. Ask questions, start polls, or post prompts that invite your audience to share their experience. Engagement isn't just about replying, it's about starting conversations. Celebrate your members. Spotlight active followers or community contributors, whether it's sharing their content or thanking them publicly. Recognition creates loyalty and encourages others to participate. Be consistent but flexible. Consistency builds trust, but don't be afraid to adapt your strategy when trends or conversations change. Communities evolved, and staying responsive keeps you relevant. Keep a positive and helpful tone. Even when handling complaints or negative comments, remain calm, empathetic, and solution focused. Your tone reflects your values and your brand, and it will set the standard for those community interactions. Track metrics, but focus on relationships. Engagement metrics matter, but the heart of community management is relationships, so pay attention to meaningful interactions, recurring contributors, and your audience. Use tools wisely. Scheduling, analytics, and monitoring tools help you save time and keep on top of posting so you've got more time for community management. By following these tips and strategies, you'll strengthen the connection between you and your community whilst making your own workload more manageable. Now, community management is both challenging and rewarding. It's about showing up consistently, listening actively, and building relationships that last. By following these daily, monthly, quarterly, and yearly practices, you'll create a community that's engaged, loyal, and excited to interact with your brand. Don't forget to download our free community management checklist from the link in the description to keep with you whilst you're doing these tasks. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like us to cover. See you in the next video.